And we're going to be doing our National Treasures Flash Football Mixer. So there's some other stuff in here too, but basically, we are going to be taking half a case of 2019 Flash. Oh, by like venues. Okay. Half a case of 2020 Flash. So 6 boxes of each. I'm going to take this 2020 score. 3 TriStar mini helmets. And National Treasures 2019. And we're going to break that now. And I usually don't start that until after roll call, but we're going to do roll call real quick. We're actually running a little bit late. So Lester's here, Peter's here, Denny Angelo, are you in here? Bob Ashley, Dan Stacy. I see Dylan. Is Dawson watching too? Dawson Bowling. Jimmy Gazda. Jesse Fromeyer's here. Mike Coleman is here. David Sipes. Nathan Wazahowski. Jared Fultz. Mike Jensen. I know you're working, but if you're I see on YouTube. Cool. Joseph Rose. Sean White. Daniel Logan. So that should be everybody. And I just need a hot second here to message anybody who might not have gotten that. So, yeah, I got a haircut today. A couple of the girls wanted their haircut. One of my daughter's previous teammates on a couple teams, her mom cuts hair, so she came down for a visit. We chatted, and I said, might as well get me too. So let me get Denny and Dan. His teams were Saints, Browns, and Jets. Browns, Saints, and Jets. So did USA Soccer ever fix that coaching issue? Because I know that was part of the reason why they didn't even qualify for the last World Cup was not that they necessarily didn't have any talent, but they weren't putting it in the right places. False Rose White. I think that's everybody. So we got everybody messaged for this. So I'm going to call out remaining teams one more time in this one. Yeah. That Jambalaya Zion's gone up too. Dolphins are 250, Eagles 225, Chargers 250, Cowboys 225, Jaguars 150. Again, this is going to be the grand finale, National Treasures, and we're going to kick off with this. So once we show the first hit, teams are off the list. Well, the rules for international soccer, are they different than Olympic as far as like country you can play for? Or just is it being taken advantage more than it was in the past? I had that giant piece of cardboard sticking back. I cut my head off. All right. Good luck, everybody. Got some 1 cent love going here. And let's begin. All right. This is a good start for somebody. No, it's not. Nobody has this team. First hit in my hand is a miss, guys. I'm just letting you know. First hit in my hand is a big player out of the 2020 draft. And his team's still sitting there. Just letting you know. So we got until we get to about there. All right. So I'm not saying who, but the Dolphins are 250. The Eagles are 225. The Chargers are 250. The Cowboys are 225. And the Jaguars, I guess you can assume it's not the Jaguars, right? Are 150. All right. Jaguars don't have a quarterback in the 2020 draft. All about that base, Let's rock and roll. So we got Von Miller, Daniel Jones, Leighton Von Der Esch, Melvin Gordon III, and Blake Jarwin. So the last couple cards were of teams that are still up there, Chargers and Cowboys. Again, last call for anybody who wants to get into the break. Those teams scrolling at the bottom of your screen are still available, but not for long. So we got Christian McCaffrey with a scorecard parallel. Mike Williams. Tua Tagovailoa for the Dolphins. Another team that's still available. Nick Bosa, breakthrough. Got Fantasy Stars. So Dan's going to gamble on the Dolphins. You got it. All right. So did Dan guess right? Did somebody else guess right? We'll find out. Diggs, Claypool, Delpit, Isaiah Simmons, Jerry Judy. Give Judy a little 1 cent love. Jake Breland, Cam Akers, Tre'Davious White. So let me get the Dolphins off this list here. So that leaves the Eagles at 225, the Chargers at 250, the Cowboys at 225, and the Jaguars at 150. David Njoku. And how about them Cowboys? So Jesse's going to take the Cowboys. Yeah, I was kind of surprised too. I think that's a pretty safe pick, especially when we got TriStar and National Treasures in here. Devin Singletary, Joe Burrow. A little 1 cent love there. Eagles, 225. Got Jalen Hurts. Chargers, 250. Justin Herbert. Jaguars, 150. You'll be waiting for Gardner Minshew on that one. But Laviska Shenault is nice. He's not going to be the money card. But he'll be a good one, I think. We got here Calvin Ridley, green, end zone parallel, 2 out of 6. That's not a bad start for the Falcons. Let's face it, cheapest team on the board. So Calvin Ridley, 2 out of 6. Got Justin Eason. Excuse me. There we go. Wanted to send that out that way. Devin Duvernay. Oh, we're getting close to it. There's 3 teams left, and not much before we reveal the first hit. So who is going to start us off? Trubisky, McCaffrey, Gurley. Yeah, I was actually snuggling up with the dog while waiting for payments to come in, and that was part of my 15 minutes late or 20 minutes late or whatever it was. She was real hyped up earlier tonight, a little destructive, and she's out like a light now, and I kind of dozed off for a minute. Tevin Coleman scorecard parallel. The Saints go marching in. Cooper Kupp. Could it be this guy that's sitting in my hands? I don't know. Ayuk, Akuda, T. Higgins. There's Lavishka. It's my favorite name of the draft class. As opposed to Aqua on him. And oh, cool. Pugs rule. Justin Herbert. Somebody guessed it. Nobody bought it. Now for sale. So Justin Herbert, first hit out of the gate. All right. And I've already got messages about Herbert. So let me do this now. I'm going to move on to a different track with the ticker. And that is the Optic Baseball. I don't think we had any teams claimed today. So I think we're up to date. If not, I'll fix it in a little bit. But Optic boxes have surged in just a few days. All right, we got a couple parallel autos coming out now. But the prices are still the same. This also includes a couple spots in the Jambalaya finale. Now I haven't double checked the comps yet, but apparently the PSA 10 Zion Silver Prisms have also taken a bit of a surge. There's a lot of up value in this one. So let's fill that up and sell that out for tomorrow. Remaining teams scrolling at the bottom of your screen. So again, changing gears over to baseball right now. Check out the Optic break, and let's get that going for tomorrow. Tomorrow's just a regular practice day. 30 out of 100, Jalen Smith. So I don't got to travel far. No games until tournament this weekend. So. And more Justin Herbert. Yeah, you're going to see some of the basketball cards that were like rising, and then Then they kind of stalled. All right. Now NBA isn't in off-season mode anymore, so it's going to be hotter than ever. Got J.K. Dobbins. We'll give him a little 1 cent left. All about that base. About that base. Score is an interesting sort. It's a pain in the butt with the collegiate rookies. But this year I noticed that they put a lot of the teams like multiple cards close together. Javon Kinlaw. So it doesn't take me long to sort the regular base guys at least. I'm learning the rookie class, even the obscure rookies in score that most of them are going to get cut. Derek Brown and Broncos. With a red zone parallel. So this one's numbered 15 out of 20. Chris Harris Jr. Again, 15 out of 20 for the Broncos. Cornerback Chris Harris Jr. And Jordan Love going to get him some 1 cent left. Derek Brown. I just want to double check this guy here. Okay, so I thought. And next hit, we are going to work it. Throw down, flip it, and reverse it. We got there DeAndre Swift. And we got Brian Lewerke. So that's green parallel. Brian Lewerke. Patriots. And there's Tua and Raekwon Davis. Again, green, not the end zone parallel, which is a little shinier. Those are numbered to 6. Green is just like I guess the next step up from a base. All about that base, about that base. Patrick Mahomes in the news today. And so is Cook. Dalvin Cook going to be playing this season. A lot of guys already opting out for the NFL. Kind of surprised. But I don't know what the deal is. Juju Smith-Schuster. But Patrick Mahomes, he's not only all in, he's all in Kansas City. All right, so he's going to get $500 million possibly by the time his career is over. So I guess he bought a portion of the Kansas City Royals, which is a team that his dad first started with. A bit of a journeyman reliever over the course of his career, but I remember them 89 Donruss rated rookie Flash Gordon's well. Maybe not that well. Those were the ones, right? Right here. Or was it 90? Now I don't even remember. No, it's 89. So nobody in football gets a fully guaranteed contract, but what he did get guaranteed is pretty substantial. That you know, there's 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 a chance, not a big one, but there's a chance he could still end up being a bust for the amount of money that the Chiefs are on the hook. Um, that they did their due diligence in keeping him on. So number 10 out of 20, JPP. I hope he had a good 4th of July. 10 out of 20, Jason Pierre-Paul. 8.5 sacks last year. I was a little surprised the Giants let him go so easy. So well, now you're judging him under different standards. If you didn't have to pay the guy and you already got the best 3 years of his career, and he comes up with some massive injury a year or two from now, early into his contract, and never recovers and never is the same, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of salary cap room they've just lost because they would have to find the biggest position on the board. So yeah, at $500 million, anything short of another championship or two and a Hall of Fame career would be a bust. Totally. You have upped the ante. There are plenty of guys who were, 3 years solid and then we're pretty much a flash in the pan. Do I think it's going to happen? No. I think they made a pretty conservative gamble. But it's still a gamble. As is any business decision if you really get down to it. Educated guess. But things can still go south. Look at all the money Giancarlo Stanton got paid on his contract. I mean, he's mashing it now, but you look at all the injury time he's lost. He could do great this year in a 60 game season and not do great the rest of his contract. Geez, you play devil's advocate and look, 42 out of 50, Richard Sherman. I don't know how many second-year Super Bowl winning quarterbacks are there. I don't think it's a long list. Chase Young. DeAndre Swift. Jalen Hurts. Yeah, no, I can't think of one either. That's why he gets $500 million to his name if he fulfills his obligations. Got Justin Herbert. But we've also seen guys like play good for a few seasons and the league figures him out. And again, do I think Patrick Mahomes is that guy? No. I think he's a once in a generation talent. You're not going to see another quarterback like him for another 10 to 15 years. But you never know. Then again, Lamar Jackson could be big for the next 15 years too. Based on some of the sales I made about a year ago, I would say that my money was not on him. So I think there's a little lag because yeah, I did just mention Lamar. I don't think he's a once in a generation guy. I think he's gonna be a good quarterback, and hopefully he doesn't run himself into the ground. J.K. Dobbins. And the Dolphins. Raekwon Davis. Lamar's got the weapons. They're just a little different. The Ravens have an amazing run game. Amazing. He's a part of it, obviously. And I think that's important for the Ravens to have good rushing, so you never know where the run's going to come from, and good pass catching backs. All right. Different schematic, but victories are what you want the results to be. So yeah, now if you lose to free agency, there's still plenty out on the horizon with J.K. Dobbins. I'm not too worried about weaponry for the Ravens personally. Yeah. And you see right there, that's the kind of thing, Lester saying, I don't know if he's ever going to leave Seattle, but could it happen? Yeah. You got big money guys locked up to long-term deals that could move. All right, let's start the flash. Yeah, Hollywood Brown, Mark Andrews. You have the talent there. Marquise Brown I think is going to eventually be a guy you look at like people look at Tyreek Hill now. Well, that would have been a mistake. All right, so we talked about Leaf. This is the set that's going to get big possibilities for the big name players. All right, this is where your A-listers and your B-plus guys, um, this will help out. 21 out of 35, Michael Pittman Jr. I can't remember. Is he Colts? Michael Pittman Jr. Colts. Derek Brown is the Panthers. Colin Johnson, Jaguars. 18 out of 25, Joshua Kelly. I believe he's the Chargers. And 35 out of 35, Joey B. Did he sign it, Joey B? Is that how he signs it? We've seen so many of his autographs. So Joe Burrow, Bengals. This is why I like the Leaf football in a mixer with National Treasures. Because you're going for those high risk, high reward cards in that box. But Leaf is the balance. And you know I like balance in the breaks. All right, we just popped the Burrow, so let's open a 2019 now. What do you say? 2019 box. So we got Travion Williams. Shoot, I don't even remember these guys. Raiders? No, I'm sorry, Bengals. Travion Williams, Bengals. L.J. Scott. He's the one who quit football right away, right? uh, so Browns would get him kind of by default. This is one of those oddball ones that has a precedent but doesn't fit the normal criteria. So the guy didn't even play anywhere, but after one day in Browns camp, he just retired. I don't think anything else was heard of from him again. Miles Gaskin. Dolphins or Ravens? I think it's Dolphins, right? Dolphins. Colts, number 2 out of 50. Paris Campbell. 2 out of 50. Colts. Paris Campbell. And A.J. Brown, flash of greatness for the Titans. So A.J. Brown for the Titans. And again, leaf parallels are awarded at time of fulfillment, so we don't know if it's a base or if it's a 1 of 1 or something in between. Let's take a look at a mini helmet. All right, again, standard rules apply. All right, if it's a collegiate helmet and it's a current player, obviously it would go to the current team. Again, LJ Scott is kind of an oddball thing. You know, we've had it happen before. I mean, we've had a guy who got drafted in other sports besides football but won a Heisman Trophy. and that just went to random to everybody because there's no way to figure out who Charlie Ward goes to. But if it's a retired player, we basically random it off between any teams that player played for in parts of 3 or more seasons. So they had to have been on roster 3 seasons at the least. This is a good one. This is a name that I had mentioned when selling teams. So 7-time Pro Bowler, 100th anniversary all-time team, Pro Football Hall of Fame 1995, and I guess the number is associated with some of the best wide receivers of all time. And while there's another 80 that I'm a bigger fan of, this one ain't bad. Steve Largent. Steve Largent. Seahawks. No, it's not Bob Lilly. I think we already got the Bob Lilly in this case. I joke that certain players are case hits in certain products or years or whatnot. And Bob Lilly, I kind of joke, is a case hit in TriStar. But I think we already got the Bob Lilly out of the case. So that's all good. All right, let's do 2 from 2020 and 2 from 2019. Let's do the 2019 first. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got next. I have no idea who this guy is. College career. Who the hell is this guy? I don't think this guy ever got signed. I can't even find a Wikipedia on this guy. Ah, yes. Okay, now I remember. This is another one. All right. He ended up becoming a coach. So, very young college coach. I don't remember if he was a quarterback coach or what. 18 out of 50, Kyle Kempt. So this is going to go with the LJ Scott in the, I guess we'll just throw it. I don't know. We'll do a special no name random. I don't know. Does anybody actually want them? Um, Patriots, Damian Harris. And we'll random them off. Bills, 15 out of 20, Devin Singletary. Got Deontay Thompson. Yep, Cardinals. And we started with a Patriot after that Kempt card, and we end with a Patriot. N'Keal Harry. And that is a base auto. And we don't know what it would be number 2. 2020. So N'Keal Harry would be like a B+ guy. All right. Numbered 6 out of 15. Khalid Kareem. 6 out of 15. Khalid Kareem. Bengals. So, not quite Joe Burrow, but hey, we already hit Joe Burrow, so it don't matter. Grant Delpit. Browns. Juwan Jennings. I think they misspelled that. Maybe they didn't. Nope, 49ers. They did spell it right. Juwan Jennings, 49ers. Neville Gallimore, 15 out of 25. Neville Gallimore. And he's a Cowboy, defensive tackle. 19 out of 35 for the Bolts. Lightning strikes twice. There's another Justin Herbert. So lightning strikes twice. Justin Herbert shows up again. Now for sale. I got another redemption here. Noted. All right. So we got Charlie Werner. So much easier when it's on the card. I always second guess myself. Yeah, Niners. James Prochi. 12 out of 35. Ravens. Stephen Guidry. 21 out of 35. How about them Cowboys? Brian's going to go Braves and Optic. There we go. Moving some Optic teams now. I like that. So Braves in Optic. Again, we're splitting up a case of Optic, so there's 6 boxes of Optic in here. There's 5 boxes of Slab Sigs, which is a Lucky's Loot buyback that we're pretty much out of now that we have it in the breaks. And then there's 2 spots in Jambalaya up for grabs. That Zion continues to move up. No, the skunk bonus is for 2 Jambalaya spots. So spots 1 and 2 would end up with 1 pack, which is, $175 a pack. So 2 teams at skunk would each get 1 pack. We try to balance things out here and make it fun for everybody, Can you imagine if a card that now looks like it's going for over $5,000 got snagged in that spot is the one that got snagged in a skunk bonus? That would be the craziest skunk bonus ever, and we've had some big ones. I remember that Mickey Mantle. A Mickey Mantle auto is in a skunk bonus. That's not a bad thing. Austin Mack. Yeah, it's a redemption. Austin Mack, Giants. And 11 out of 20 is Packers, right? Flash of brilliance, A.J. Dillon. 11 out of 20. Hey, Francisco, how you doing? Yes, that's right. So, this one's an interesting one. By precedent, This is going to go to the Buffalo Bills. 18 out of 25, Tyree Jackson. So in 2020, he was drafted in the XFL, which I don't know. Is it completely? I know they're in bankruptcy. I mean, this is one of those things where the pandemic um, obviously wreaked havoc here. But they canceled the season due to the pandemic, and the league is currently suspended operations. So maybe, maybe somebody gives him a look if somebody gets injured. Well, I don't want to say it's you know, chain stores file bankruptcy all the time and come back on, under different circumstances. So I don't know, but I don't think we're gonna get a Toys R Us ending for the XFL. But Eagles, Miles Sanders, flash of greatness. We've seen a little flash of greatness from him this past year. Rams, Darrell Henderson. Isaiah Buggs. Steelers. And number 22 out of 25, also Steelers. Benny Snell Jr. Flash photography. A lot of stuff on those top loaders. All right. Second mini helmet. This one's wrapped pretty tight. There we go. All right. 6-time AFL All-Star and a Pro Bowler in the NFL. 2019 Pro Football Hall of Fame for the Chiefs. Johnny Robinson. So majority of his career covering the 1960s. Chiefs, Johnny Robinson. All right. Let's knock out the 2019s that are left. See how that turns out. Anthony Ratliff Williams. 19 out of 20. I don't remember who he plays for. Anthony Ratliff Williams. Looks like I got him showing up as 2 teams here. So I'm guessing he moved. Looks like the Raiders. He had originally signed as an undrafted free agent with the Titans, but then got signed by the Raiders. So, Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. I'm pretty sure I know where this guy is, but... Yep. Number 25 out of 25. Keyshawn Johnson. Cardinals. Deontay Johnson, Steelers. I think that's the second of him that we've seen. And then this guy, he went a couple places. Let's see where he ended up. Yep, that's what I thought. So he was originally a draft pick of the Eagles, but he is signed to the Cowboys. So this will go to the Cowboys. Clayton Thorson. And I guess he's on the practice squad there. So Clayton Thorson. And then I don't know who the hell this guy is. Oh, wait, I think he starts for the Giants, doesn't he? Yeah, now I remember. Daniel Jones, Giants. Daniel Jones, Giants. Well, if you don't come out in National Treasures, at least you got the consolation prize. Six out of 25. Ravens, Justice Hill. 39 out of 50. Eagles, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Bears, David Montgomery. This one, I feel like there's some background too. Okay, yeah, he did get signed. Stanley Morgan Jr., Bengals. And Broncos, Drew Lock. All right, so if Drew Lock doesn't come out of the NT box, at least you got the consolation prize. This is why I like mixing Leaf and National Treasures. Still got the high reward options, but it's a little less painful sometimes if you don't get it. And then the last box of 2019 Flash. So we got Ja'Kai Pollitt, 36 out of 50. Colts? I forget. Rams. Ja'Kai Pollitt. Rams. Numbered 11 out of 15. Packers. Jace Sternberger. Broncos. Noah Fant. And another David Montgomery for the Bears. And for the Raiders, Viva Las Vegas, Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs. All right, let's pull this last mini helmet here. I don't believe it's numbered. No, not numbered. All right, so again, this is another name for the helmets that I had shouted out while we were talking about names that come out in the mini helmets. Probably was a few days ago when I was talking about high risk, high reward teams. But even if they're high risk, high reward, they still had some fallback because of the way we arrange our breaks. This individual did pass away about 3 years ago in 2017. A 7-time Pro Bowler. And he's known, he played on a few teams, but he's well known for playing on a couple. 2 teams have him in their Hall of Fame, Ring of Honor, or whatnot. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1971. And this mini helmet has him as a New York Giant. Y.A. Tittle. Y.A. Tittle. Giants. Oh, we're getting close to national treasures, aren't we? Can you feel it? Are you ready? But we still got 3 more 2020 boxes of Flash Football to go. So let's see what names from this year's draft class we still got left to churn out here. All right. He signed a lot. He signed until he probably was on his deathbed signing. Like they're still putting sticker autos of him in product. But it's still a cool get. So again, you look at guys who are great players and yet their autographs aren't as worth as much as you think. Stan Musial comes to mind. They signed a lot. Eventually, perspective will change, but for now, there's still plenty out there. Jake Breland, Ravens, numbered 1/25. Kenneth Murray, 1/25. Chargers, now for sale. 11/15. Tyler Johnson. Not the one that the Nets just signed. Buccaneers. 24/35. Devin Duvernay. Was he one of the ones that opted out? Maybe not. I'm thinking of somebody else. Third rounder for the Ravens. And 17/20 for the Colts. Jacob Eason. Message me so I remember to look later. I already got a few cards that I've been messaged on. So just message me so I know to look it up later because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I can barely remember half the teams that some of these guys are on because they haven't really played yet. Especially the undrafted guys. They haven't even had a chance to be cut. Oh, that's not a bad start. Alright, got a redemption right off the bat. Rams, Cam Akers, flash of brilliance. Number 10/10, Anthony Jennings. Patriots. Patrick Taylor Jr. He's Colts, right? Double check. I can't remember. He was a pain in the butt to look up, too. Packers, I'm sorry, Packers. So Patrick Taylor Jr., Packers. surprised that didn't get caught before I looked it up. Julian Aquara. I don't even know if that guy got drafted. Signed as a undrafted free agent. Hold on. He did. Lions. Oh, he was a third rounder. You don't see a lot of cardboard on him, so that could be cool. And then 33 out of 35. What goes better with a Joe Burrow to 35 than T. Higgins for the Bengals? Oh, one more box before we hit National Treasures. I've been itching to see what's in that box for a while. It's not easy to have something lying around like National Treasures and be like, so when are we going to open this? Numbered 5 out of 25, Nate Stanley. Vikings. 34 out of 35, Benjamin Victor, Giants. 12 out of 15, Kalijah Lipscomb. Chiefs. $12 out of 25, C.J. Henderson. Jaguars. Cornerback, that's right. 8 out of 20. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Chiefs. All right, here it is. The main event. 2019 National Treasures. There we go. All right, that's a pretty flat one. Maybe we got a redemption card in there. That could pique the interest for a couple certain names. Good luck, everyone. Numbered 38 out of 99, Matt Breida. Numbered 23 out of 25. Tyler Lockett, Seahawks. And where's all the thick things at? 64 out of 99. Deebo Samuel and Jalen Hurd, 49ers. Numbered 1 out of 99. Josh Allen. '87 out of 99. David Montgomery. The Bears. Got a few of his cards tonight. 4 out of 25 with a dual patch, and one of them is a 3-color. Ravens, Marquise Brown. Numbered 3 out of 10. Cardinals, Byron Murphy. '72 out of 88. Riley Ridley. '5 out of 10. Seahawks strike again. Earl Thomas III with a nice on-card auto and a nice relic piece there. So, is that 5G? Wouldn't that cause enough problems? And sometimes you get the consolation prize. Sometimes you get the National Treasures prize. And sometimes you get both. 42 out of 49. Josh Jacobs, Raiders. The Bears. So, tomorrow we'll do the skunk bonus drawing. So there is still a rebreak spot up for grabs. Again, most teams got something, so I don't think it's going to be a very big fight for that rebreak spot. This is pretty much all hits. Do we need to do a recap? It's pretty much like the whole break minus the score box. Should we recap some of the bigger hits, or do we just go through all of them? So, yeah, that wasn't the best box of NT. So, good night, Dad. So, do you want to see all the hits again, or do you want me to just do like a select recap here? 73 hits, and most of the break was all hits. 5 teams. I'm even surprised it's that many. But we'll narrow them out when I sort this. So we'll get that done tomorrow. Highlight hits. Anybody else? I'll go more than top 5. I'll just do the fun names in no particular order. I'll just take them as they come. So number to 49, Raiders, Josh Jacobs. Number to 10, Seahawks, Earl Thomas III. Number to 88, Bears, Riley Ridley. Number to 25, Marquise Brown. So Bears also had Montgomery to 99. And he had a couple of the Leafs. I thought the Falcons had one guy. Didn't they have a cornerback? So let's see, what do we got here? Bengals, T. Higgins to 35. Rams, Cam Akers. Colts, Jacob Eason, number to 20. Josh Jacobs, Raiders, in Leaf as well. There's one of Montgomery's. Noah Fant, Broncos, as well as Drew Lock. There's the other Montgomery. Put those next to each other. Eagles, Arcega-Whiteside, number to 50. Ravens, Justice Hill to 25. Giants, Daniel Jones. Steelers, Benny Snell to 25. Eagles, Miles Sanders. Packers, A.J. Dillon to 20. Chargers, Justin Herbert to 35. I know there was at least one. Keyshawn Johnson was one of them. I think there was 2. And Byron Murphy in National Treasures to 10. There might have been 3 Cardinals hits. I'm not sure. So Patriots, N'Keal Harry. Devin Singletary to 20 for the Bills. Titans, A.J. Brown. Colts, Paris Campbell to 50. Bengals, Joe Burrow to 35. Yeah, oh yeah, Falcons, it wasn't a hit. It was at Calvin Ridley to 6. And then Justin Herbert again in the score for the Chargers. So again, sort that tomorrow, figure out what's what. And yeah, it's gonna be a handful or less of teams. That was kind of the expectation. All right, so now that we got that squared away, that NT box wasn't the best. Worked out good for Lester though. I mean, all right. Anyway, it wasn't a true RPA, so. But the NFL gear do all right too. I have a Dwayne Haskins like that, I think, still, that I didn't sell yet. Or did I sell it? I don't remember. So, anybody got any requests? Again, we're still looking to push platinum for Lucky's Loot. So, multi-sport buyback edition. All right, 3 cards, $4.59. Or you can do Leafs version for $7.50. So, no, not at all. Jacob's good pull. The box in general, definitely not a $1,200 box, but that's why we break them. If it's a good box, it's all good. If it's a bad box, it's not as bad. So again, optic and basketball. If we can get payments in on basketball, then we will be able to randomize those teams. Yeah, again, that's why we put the leaf in there. The leaf is the balancer, so that we could get some good stuff all around. And you know, we pulled Burrow, we pulled Daniel Jones, we pulled Drew Lock, pulled some decent stuff tonight. No Kyler, no Tua, but you can't get them all. Not every time. We get them all eventually, and then some. So I guess that means a new football mixer is going to need to go up. We'll take care of that. And does anybody have any requests for me right now? So again, we are looking to break optic. We have that basketball break and jambalaya. Those are the 3 that have been the most intense right now, I guess, as far as movement goes. So 6 boxes of optic baseball, 5 boxes of Lucky's Loot slab SIGs, and 2 spots in the jambalaya finale. Orioles 40, Red Sox 60, Nationals 80, Indians 70, Astros 150, Royals 75. They're still up there. Dodgers 125, Mets 65, Yankees 175, A's are 55, Phillies are 70, Pirates are 40, Padres are 70, Cardinals are 75, Rays are 75, Blue Jays 120. So the 3 division breaks are still up there. Where are they at? Come on. Here we go. Football. 2020 Luminance, 2020 Chronicles Draft, 2020 Obsidian Draft. 95 a division, 3 divisions remaining. Baseball. 2020 Select, 2020 Onyx Vintage, 2020 Onyx Vintage Premium, and a TriStar autographed 8x10. 65 for a random division. Obsidian Basketball. 2 Optic 17-18 blasters. 125 for a random division. 4 remaining. So those are the 3 division breaks that are still up. Again, want to get the big ones going, but it was like pulling teeth for a little while to get some teams moving on the big board breaks. And I mean, we got several breaks now where the boxes have jumped up quite a bit. So if they were to be repriced now, they'd be higher significantly. This one's one of them. Basketball's the other. So if you haven't jumped in on basketball yet, that one would not be a bad option to jump in on. Get it while it's hot. All right. So again, we just popped 73 hits. I don't think the next football break or 2 are going to be anywhere as big, but we're going to try to mix things up a little bit, have a little fun, and rip you a new one. So keep your eyes posted for new football breaks. Let's get those 3 push breaks pushed out the way. Again, we're looking to get this baseball break pushed out, Jambalaya pushed out, and the basketball break. You can still get random spots once we get the teams paid for. Then we'll be able to randomize and do all that good stuff. So that's all she wrote. Anybody else got anything for me right now? So we'll try to keep the fun in the football still. But yeah, it's late. I think my pug misses me too. Oh, she's gonna be spoiled. She's actually got like a squeaky toy bone that says #spoiled, so I think she's already there. And I guess that's a wrap. So I'm glad you liked the Jalen Hurd card. I think the Bears didn't do too bad. The Bears. True RPA would have been nice though. We've been pretty lucky this year with getting a lot of the true RPAs out of boxes. This one just didn't have it. No. Next time. Law of averages. So, yeah, if anybody needs anything, hit me up. Tomorrow's another day. Ellie's got practice tomorrow night, so it's not going to be super late, but I believe they're going to be playing under the lights for practice. I think they're going to like 8:30. So you may not be able to catch me between the hours of like, I don't know, 5 and 9. Or if you do, it's going to be like delayed. All right. So I think I'm going to sort this one tomorrow. I think I'm going to go to sleep. So we had tonight was like a night off, so we went to a tryout instead of a practice. I love softball season. Anyways, I gotta find a team for Lexi. That's my mission. Get the right fit for Lexi. So see everybody tomorrow, and we'll rip you a new one. Take care.